Today is the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and if you're not familiar with the story, it happens in the 1500s and converted, I believe, over 5 million to 10 million Aztec people, depending on your article that you read. And this was an important cultural conversion because their false beliefs led them to human sacrifice, which ironically is not too different than our abortion culture. Their false beliefs lead them to human sacrifice. But they would slice out the heart of their victims and spill the blood on their temple altars. And we can say that the church brought to the Aztec people, right, worship of the true God with faith and reason. When one Spaniard conquistador and his men arrived in 1521, they witnessed these vicious and grisly ceremonies of an Aztec priest. Using a razor-sharp blade, he sliced open the sacrificial victim's chest and offered the still-beating heart to their gods. And they tossed the victim's lifeless body down the temple stairs. And they also said there was 2 towers filled with skulls on each side of the temple. And it is said that most people thought this was propaganda from the Spaniards to conquer them. But archaeologists working around the temple recently discovered the proof of a widespread human sacrifice around the temple, and none other than the skull towers which they documented. In other words, the church always brings right worship of God to the world, and Our Lady came in this miraculous way on the Tilma of Juan Diego to lead them away from their disordered worship of false gods and their sinful lifestyle. And Mary's role was to lead them toward right worship of her Son and the triune God. In fact, every miracle in life like this, where scientists today still cannot explain the image which is revealed and why it has no stroke of a brush on it. And it's meant to help us turn to the true God. Miracles do not point to themselves, but to the divine nature operating in the world to convert our hearts all the more to God. And to aid those who have no faith, or in this case, have no faith in the true God, to have faith in his divine presence, his divine love, his divine mercy, and his saving action through his Son, to help them turn toward him and experience his saving power in their life.